Hi, I'm Saul Kirsch of Double Alpha Academy, and I'm very proud to be here today to introduce to you our new holster, the PDR Pro. The PDR Pro is a project we've been working on for some time. The idea was to come up with a competition holster that would meet the needs of the production division shooters, those shooters who prefer the Kydex closed body holster, and yet to provide them with a hanger that will give you the full range of adjustability to be able to get that holster exactly in the right position to serve your needs in competition. In a way, it's a combination between a standard closed body Kydex tactical holster and a competition hanger which enables you that range of adjustability. A lot of the work was done on the hanger. This is the new belt hanger of the PDR Pro. As you can see, it utilizes a mounting system which is very similar to that we use in the Racer and the Racemaster holster. It attaches with the two steel clips, but because of the fact that the PDR Pro holster is designated for a more tactical market, we also provided a solution here to allow the users to mount this holster not only on a 1.5-inch belt, but also on a 1 3/4 or a 2-inch belt. Using these detachable spacers, you can convert the hanger so that it fits now a 2-inch belt, inserting one of the spacers into place, a 1 3/4-inch belt, or with both spacers in place, a 1.5-inch competition style belt. These spacers are held firmly in position by the steel plates when assembled, so there's no chance of them falling out or being lost. It ensures a nice stable fit, and a wide range of belts can be used with this type of hanger. Another cool feature that is achieved by this design is that when using the competition 1.5-inch belt, you actually get a height adjustability here. If you place both of your spacers on the lower section, your holster is in fact attached to the belt lower down. Should you move the spacers to the top and assemble your belt, you now get the hanger attached higher up on the belt, bringing up the entire holster assembly higher to the belt position. Now there is height adjustability, I'll show you that in a minute, but for adjusting the position of the hanger itself on the belt, moving those spacers allows you that versatility. You can obviously place one on top and one on the bottom for a center position. Now, as with all of our other attachments and our accessories for the belt, using these thin steel plates prevents that separation between your inner and outer belts, and that's very important, especially with the holster where the weight is considerable and you want to make sure that your belt assembly remains correctly assembled and in place. These small M4 screws clamp down on those brackets and assemble in place. Another advantage of this system is that you don't have to slide the holster onto the belt from the end of the belt. Some other manufacturers do that as their assembly technique. That's difficult, especially on the Velcro belts, where sliding it on either means that the bracket is loose to make it easy to slide, or if it's tight and snug, very difficult to slide the length of the belt to adjust. With our system, you can position the holster exactly where you want it, or the pouches on your belt, and then directly assemble them into place, preventing the need to slide them. Now you can see that that bracket, once in place, has absolutely no wiggle on the belt, absolutely no movement, and it's in position where you want it. The key feature in this hanger design is the ball joint assembly, and this is a completely new mechanism that we've spent quite some time working on to perfect. It's a plastic hanger, however, within the assembly are two steel jaws which are locked firmly together by large M5 screws, and these allow a range of adjustability for the hanger attachment, which in turn allows you to angle that holster in any position you want on your body to get it in just the right angle for your draw, for your purposes. You can tilt it, you can swivel it, you can change every position of the holster to get that perfect fit. The cool thing is that the design enables you to make these adjustments while the holster and the gun is in place on your belt, and I'll show you that in a minute, so you can quickly and easily adjust the holster to your needs. Once in the correct position, tighten that up, and it locks rock solid and stays in place permanently. This is the new hanger of the PDR Pro holster. We've made quite a few changes to the holster body as well. As some of you know, we've been selling the Double Alpha PDR holster for some time now. And that holster has a suede lining on the inside of the holster body. The suede lining is fantastic for offering increased protection to the gun. The suede lining prevents some of the wear that you sometimes see with Kydex holsters. However, it does add friction on the draw. And since this holster is 100% competition orientated, we decided on the PDR Pro to go with an all new full Kydex body in which there's no lining, in which the screws are inset. You've got minimum amount of friction so that the gun, when seated in the holster, slides in and out extremely easily with very little resistance. We retained the tension adjustment with the thumb screw, so on these holsters you can turn that screw a couple of times to increase or decrease the pressure on the gun to suit your needs on every particular stage. We have minimized the amount of Kydex that runs off the back of the gun so that it's snug with the trigger guard to make the entire assembly slicker, straighter design, more of a competition orientated design and carry. So this is here the new Double Alpha PDR Pro holster with the entirely new hanger assembly and the modified Kydex body. Interesting to note is that this hanger is available in fact separately. If you have a previously purchased Double Alpha PDR holster, the one with the suede lining, and you're happy to use that Kydex body, you can do that. We're going to offer these new hangers available separately. The attaching points on the holster remain the same, so that you can in fact use your existing holster and simply change the hanger to gain the great advantages that this new PDR Pro hanger provides. So the hangers are going to be available separately for purchase if you already have one of the older holsters. The entire new holster has a nice sleek finish look to it, Double Alpha logo on the hanger, full range of adjustability, and can be used perfectly for competition. One extra feature I'd like to show you here is the height adjustment on this holster. The height adjustment on the PDR Pro holster is achieved by sliding the attachment points along the mounting bracket which is attached on the holster. The first thing you will have to do is unlock the ball joint and totally remove the ball joint from the body of the hanger. Once those screws are loose, that can be pulled and popped out of position. Once you detach the Kydex body from the hanger, you'll see the ball joint remains assembled here on the rail, and this rail allows for several different height adjustment positions. You can see that the ball joint sits locked in place between two Phillip head screws. These screws need to be loosened and moved, either stepping up or stepping down, to adjust the height of the ball and thereby changing the height of the Kydex body as in relation to the hanger. Each increment here is about 10 or 12 millimeters, and you've got several positions that you can use which allow you to adjust the height of the holster on your body. Remember that you can also achieve some height adjustments through playing with the positioning of the belt attachments if you're using a 1.5 inch belt on that 2-inch bracket. So you have plenty of options for adjusting the height of the gun on your body. To assemble after this adjustment, simply push the ball back into place. It'll pop in. Once in position, tighten those screws in the front, which cause the steel teeth to clamp down on the ball, locking it firmly in place. No matter what the angle is that you want, once in position, tightening those screws will hold the ball securely locked. And one of the really nice features about this design is those clamping teeth provide 8 contact points with the steel ball, which means that very little friction or very little tension on that screw is required to lock the holster completely rigidly. Now I'm going to show you how this adjustment can be done while the holster is actually being worn. Okay, so here you have the new Double Alpha PDR Pro holster in position. I've got my CZ75 in this holster. This is one of the more common guns used in production. Now the cool thing about this holster is it allows me a huge range of adjustability that I can achieve while wearing the holster on my body. The access points to the adjustment screws are on the front, so I can very easily reach them. And once I unlock that, the ball joint becomes loose, and I can now change the angle, the tilt of the gun in and out in any of the 4 axes to get it into the position that I like. Once I have that gun in position, I simply tighten up those screws, and you'll find that they don't have to be excessively tightened. The locking mechanism is extremely effective. It locks up that ball joint with 8 contact points, and there you have it, rock solid. I've now got the gun just in the position that I want for my draw. and I'm ready to go. That holster will stay in that position till the next time I choose to change it. Again, the height adjustment can be achieved by removing the assembly and changing the point where the ball is assembled on the rail, which is attached to the Kydex holster body. So this is the new Double Alpha PDR Pro holster with its unique adjustability and the ability to easily do that while having the holster on your body.